think what happened is Heidi didn't transfer the host. It got closed out.
Sue, your iPhone is on mute. There you go.
All right, so we're recording. Joanna, do you want to start the meeting?
Absolutely.
Joanna, you've shrunk even more than you are small sitting at the conference room at the Ritter building. You're even smaller here because the camera's above your head.
And if I go lower, then I can't see. But anyway, that's all right. In accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and will be able to be found on the Lunenburg Access YouTube channel after the meeting. The following information is also provided for members of the public that would like to view the meeting remotely. To view remotely from a computer, please use the link provided on the agenda and join the public meeting webinar, or from a telephone, dial toll-free 888-475-4499 and enter member ID 792-737-0353. If you have not registered for Zoom, you'll be asked for your name and email address. Note, no participant ID is needed, just press pound when asked. The agenda lists all topics which may be discussed at the meeting and are those reasonably anticipated by the chair. Votes may be taken as a result of these discussions. Not all items listed may be in fact discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by the open meeting law. So I do call the meeting to order at 5:37 p.m. and looking to see if we have any public comment from the committee. Seeing none, I would look to see if we have any public comments from the public. Seeing none, I'm going to go right into the approval of September 26, 2023 meeting minutes. Do I have a said motion?
Motion to approve the September 26 meeting minutes as presented.
Thank you, Wendy.
I'll second it, but I have a question.
Thank you, Donna. Open for discussion. Donna, your question?
So in the new business part, there are a few that we've made motions and it's been seconded, but there was no recording of the vote. Was that in error, or is that how it went? You're on mute, Sue. Your phone is muted.
It should be down on the bottom right side of the computer if you could see it.
What's your question, Donna? Under the new business?
Oh,
And
okay,
the
got
new
it.
business, oh, there you go. So there was a motion, and there are several motions and seconded, usually between me and Sue, but there was no
Yes.
recorded vote.
Oh, I see what you mean. I'll edit that and correct it. They were all
Okay.
approved.
That's what I figured. I just was like, I wonder. That's what
The
that
roll
was my
call.
question. Okay, that's
The
what I
roll
thought.
call vote. I'll adjust that.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
so the motion is as amended.
Yep.
Okay, all in favor, Donna?
Aye.
Wendy?
Aye.
Sue?
I
Okay, and perfect. I'm not going to vote. Was I at that meeting? Is it the one I was at? I don't think so. No, that was my preliminary election. Yes, I was not there. Okay,
so wait just a minute. There was an October 4th minutes in the package as well.
yeah,
It
that's what I
isn't
was
listed.
told.
Okay,
That's
it isn't
where I-
on my sheet. All right.
So I accept a motion for the October 4th meeting minutes.
I would make a motion with the similar amendment on October 4th in the new business section. That vote would need the same amendment.
Okay.
Okay.
perfect,
So I make the motion with that amendment.
With the amendment. Do we have a second?
I
on that?
second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Donna,
I wasn't
Um,
there, so.
all in
can't
favor?
vote.
Oh, all right. Wendy,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. Okay, next on our business we have. Hold on. Are we going right into Joanne? I lost my agenda.
There's no ongoing business. So yes, in new business, there's job description, review and rating for PAC manager.
Thank you. So I'll put it over to Joanna. Are we doing the description first, then Joanne?
So
We're gonna rate the job description.
Description
I
first.
didn't know how you wanted to proceed, so
do we
Yeah,
need to approve this?
Is this a new job?
If this is a new job description, wouldn't we have to approve it first?
So this. Yeah, this is kind of a combination. There is a job description in existence, but it wasn't complete or clear that it had ever been approved. So there were pieces of a job description that were missing. So from what the HR consultant did, what we did with the similar positions that didn't have descriptions, I filled in the missing pieces from what the HR consultant did. So the majority of this is already in existence or had been reviewed by the HR consultant. So there
So
is
is this a-
only,
Wouldn't we still need to approve it because it is amended, added to?
sure.
Okay, so let's take that first.
can I just say something? Julie, did you add what I suggested
That
today?
last sentence, no, didn't make it on. So there's something that we're gonna add to the essential functions. Joe, if you have it in front of you, you can read that to them. And I'm gonna add it in as we speak.
Essential functions?
Yeah,
Manages, directs, plans, organizes, and directs all activities pertaining to the day-to-day operations of the public access cable department. Administers service and production schedules, supervising employees, contractors, vendors, volunteers, and the bulletin administrator. Recruit, train, direct, evaluate, hire, fire employees and volunteer interns. Assist PAC in setting organizational policy and interpreting, implementing and enforcing established procedures. Record and edit programming on an as-needed basis. Manage the PAC's budget process, reporting monthly to the organizational budget, including fiscal forecasts, capital planning, equipment needs, and vendor expenses. Oversees server program schedules, manage troubleshooting of control room systems and equipment problems, maintain equipment and inventory listing. Manage social media, advertising tasks and activities and web page, ensuring all emails and web inquiries are answered. Production supervision and Zoom administration, upload Zoom videos to YouTube. Acts as the purchasing agent for supplies or services under 10,000 for PAC, solicits vendor reviews, bids, and follows procurement procedures. Initiate outreach to the community and organizations to build visibility and awareness of public access services. For example, open houses and training sessions. Develop relationships with other public media centers to share content and resources. Performs other duties as assigned.
okay, so I think the majority of that is there. There's one sentence that I did not include in the description that you're looking at, which I think she read it, says manages the promotion of PAC through state content sharing site, performing frequent uploads, updates to the database to make PAC programs available to other media centers around the country. So I'm adding that in under essential functions right now.
So, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Joe, where it says manage social media advertising tasks and activities and web page, what web page? Whose web page?
Well, there hasn't been a lot of work done on the web page, but they just overhauled it, and I'm working with Kara McCarthy, who manages the web page, to get our page up to date.
But whose web page? Is it PAC's web page, Lunenburg's web page? What web
It's-
page?
PAC is included in the Lunenburg website.
It's
There's a-
one of the
there's a-
pages on our website.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So should that be clarified? That where it says web page, should it be clarified to say PAC web page?
So,
You know, it doesn't say it here, and I don't know quite how to put it, but I spend a tremendous amount of time, excuse me, even over this weekend, getting requests for to cover meetings from different boards and committees, and that takes up quite a bit of my time as well. Trying to get people to cover, trying to get you know, get all the meetings covered that we have the requests for. I don't know if that's something we can put in here under scheduling. Perhaps I don't know where a good place to put that, if you think that's something that should be put in there, but it's part of the job.
So are you talking about to set it up under Zoom? Is that what you mean, Joe?
No, although we do that, we do set up a stream for Zoom. But and that's another thing that's kind of missing here. But no, I get a lot of emails and phone calls from people who want, or committee chair people who want to get their meetings covered and recorded.
Oh, so recording. So there is a statement in the middle of the pack that says production supervision and Zoom administration. That can be expanded if you think the Zoom administration isn't broad enough. But it doesn't, I don't see anything that covers that the recording element of it, that all these meetings need to be recorded. I think that's what you meant,
Yeah,
adding that.
It's just something that takes up a lot of my time, because I have to coordinate it with the videographers, and we're kind of bare bones right now. So it's hard, you know, I'm juggling a lot of people, or a few people, to try to cover.
So Julie, could you add something to that sentence about production supervision and Zoom administration around the establishment of the recording element of all meetings?
yes, so I need to, I just need to understand it better from the technical standpoint. What would you suggest, Joe, for wording there?
It's not,
Like, what is,
it's not technical in any way. It's, the wording would be well, I don't know off the top of my head.
Assistant schedule, all board and committee televised broadcast.
That would do it.
so, okay, so just so I understand, so the Zoom link comes in, we record, we end. From there, you have to,
No, I'm on conservation and I reach out to Joe to try to get my meeting videotaped and put on the Lunenburg Access Channel.
with the videographers, I see,
Correct.
okay.
Yep.
So we're not talking about the Zoom, sorry.
No.
Well,
The
I
Zoom's
mean,
covered.
that includes
That's
the
a
Zoom,
piece.
because that has to get scheduled to air live as well, if we have the space on the channel.
So what if we put, manages, well, we got. Okay, so how about something like, manages, we don't have anything about schedule in here?
No, just Zoom administration is the only word that might cover a piece of that, but not all of it.
Okay, so something like manages the scheduling of recorded meetings,
Board and committee meetings.
board and committee meetings, okay. Separate line. Manages the scheduling for recorded board and committee meetings. Sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right. So once changes, I think that's it. I can send this around if you want to see it. I think there were only those two changes.
Julie, can you just read that sentence? Because I think that one sentence is probably just a little bit more broad right now.
Yep, it just says manages the scheduling for recorded board and committee meetings.
In addition to the Zoom piece that's already there.
Yeah, I did a different line. So it says production
Okay.
supervision and Zoom administration, upload Zoom videos to YouTube, and then a separate line manages the scheduling for recorded board and committee meetings.
Are any of those uploaded to YouTube, Joe?
Yes, they all are. So that takes quite a bit of my time as well.
So then, add another sentence to that, Julie. Upload recordings to YouTube.
And uploads to YouTube or to the Access channel. Or the YouTube
Oh, both, it goes to both.
and upload to YouTube and the public access channel.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to share this so we can see it in its final draft? Or are you good with what you have, knowing that we just inserted that?
Yeah, could you do that? And then
Sure.
we'll all be sure. We're
Sure.
on the same page.
Just a reminder, Heather has the select board meeting. I know we got a late start too. Oh, I can't share. Let me, I think
I'll
Heather, can
host.
you?
Let me transfer those to you. Or-
I can't hear her.
I can hear her.
Here we are. I'm muted.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I don't know who's supposed to be host. I can transfer. Joanna.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Oh my God. All right. I'm gonna have to ask you to share because I still don't have access to that drive on this laptop. So I'm gonna email this to you real quick. If you don't mind
Me?
sharing. Yeah.
Okay. Because I could make Joanna the host and she could share it in case I have to jump off.
Alternatively, you could stick the wording in the chat.
I
'Cause
think,
it's really
yeah,
just that one line.
Me.
so I'm on two different computers. I'd have to retype. I mean, I can read it again.
I'll share it. Yeah.
Okay, you got it. Thanks.
So, okay. We're getting there. Everyone see it?
So page 2, Heather. Okay, that's good right there. So the new ones, going from the bottom up, perform other duties as assigned, that manages the promotion of PAC that you do not have on the copy you have in your hands right now. So that was a new suggestion that Joe had provided that I just added. And then 1, 2, 3 up from that is what we just discussed, manages the scheduling for.
So in the last paragraph there, the manager's promotion of PAC through state.
Mhm.
State should be capitalized.
Okay.
One other change I think that needs clarification on, just because this is how happens with all employees, that like recruiting, hiring and firing are worked with the HR department. So maybe work with the HR department to recruit, hire, fire employees, and keeping separate the train, direct, and evaluate employees and volunteers.
Any other things on the job description itself? All right, I take a motion to accept as amended.
Second.
Who made the motion?
Donna did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was Donna's
So
first.
moved. So moved.
Donna made the motion and the second is,
Sue,
thank you. Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, Donna,
Aye.
Sue,
aye.
and Wendy.
Hi.
Aye. So that's all set. So now we can go back to
Rating.
ratings. And I'm just pulling up the grid. Number 1, knowledge, training, and education.
In, it says associate degree, 4 years relevant experience, so, and or any combination, so thinking a degree 3.
I thought it was a 3, but I didn't know whether, based on what the content is, I was a little surprised that it was just associates, I guess. But if that's what we've been hiring, 3 works.
So if that's it, that's 60 points, Donna.
Thanks, Julie.
You're welcome.
Donna, you all set with the 3?
Yep.
Okay, we'll go to number 2, level of experience. Joe, and you've been doing this for how long?
I've been working for the town for 12 years and I've been the manager for over 7.
Okay, thank you.
So I would think that based on what the job description says, it would be a 3.
Yes, agreed, based on job description. 3 is minimum 3 to 5 years.
That's
experience.
30.
Donna?
Yeah, I don't know if you could see me shaking my head. I'm
Oh.
going between 2 screens to.
Me
to
too, so no,
record
I'm not looking at you, I'm reading my, number 4, supervision exercise.
Wait, number 3, right?
No,
Number 3.
number 3, we said was a 3.
I thought that was 2. All right.
No, that was 2.
That
Okay.
was 2.
Can I,
Okay.
Yeah, that was 2. We're on
Can I-
3 now.
can I question any of these, or is this
Sure.
a conversation with just personnel?
No, we'd like your
No, no, no.
suggestion. What were your concern was? Is that on the second one, Joe?
Yeah, I thought it would be a 4 or a 5.
Well, based on how the job description is written, it says associates and then 3 to 5, I think, or something in that line.
Oh,
I
okay.
have to tell you, I thought it was a little low myself when I read it because I anticipate that in this lead role, it would be someone with more experience. But that's
And I
what the
thought it
job
was a 4,
description
but-
says.
I'm never in agreement with any of the group. I always am high.
You want to just clarify that it's not based on the
The
how long
person, it's
person
based on the
there is
position.
in the position, it's the job description.
Correct.
It's not on the person who's currently in the role, it's on the job description itself.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
So based on the fact that this is the manager of the group, it did say a level of experience that would equal a 3, but I guess my question is that really true? Would you hire a brand new person that had 3 to 5 years experience at this level? I would have thought it would have been a little more. Joe-
Years, Joe, I was just gonna say, how many years experience did you have when
Well-
you came to the town? Just
About-
out of curiosity.
About 8, 6 to 8.
At this level.
No, not at this level.
Okay.
In the industry.
So it says under education and experience, associates in 4 years. I guess I'm not, I think you're correct, Joe. But I think 4 years isn't enough probably for a manager level role in this organization.
I don't think so.
You could hire somebody that with just an associate's and just 4 years of experience to be the manager of the group. Because the only way we get more points is if we required more experience than we have listed in this job description.
Right, which is
'Cause the
what
way-
Wendy and I have always been trying to struggle with, and we kept going back to, we can't look at the current people in the position.
Correct.
We have to look at the
Correct.
job description and the new person walking in. This is how it would fold. Which is
How
what
many
I
years
thought,
experience
because
would they have?
I would think it was a 4. I was on 4. And I'm always higher than the team because I'm looking at the people in the position, not the description itself.
So Joe, the difference would be that if this person you were looking for is a brand new person to take a role like this, they would have to have more than 5 years and up to 7, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense to me as a manager.
I
that-
think, I think that 4 describes, now I know you're going by the job description, not the person, but I think with the different aspects that are managed here and the knowledge of the industry, I really believe degree 4 is what it should be.
So if that's the case, Julie, I think that we would have to adjust the associate and 4 years experience up a bit.
Could the committee do what they've done with other positions and just make a note on this?
Yes.
And
Yep.
it could be an outlier, like you've talked
Yep.
about other.
All right.
Okay.
So we'll leave it as is for now.
A 3 with a potential 4.
If that's the case, then we have to revise amend the vote for
Correct.
the approval of, okay. All right.
Correct.
Number 3, supervision received required.
How many employees are in the group, Joe?
Um,
When at full
there
staff.
are six. There's 4 videographers, a production technician, and a bulletin administrator.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Donna, Wendy?
I'm thinking it's like a
Six.
7.
I was thinking of 5 or 6.
I was at a 6 only because potentially might seek out um you know, town manager for things aside from law or policy revision, potentially. I mean,
I'm at a 6. I was at a 6. So where are we? I'm at a 6. Wendy's at a 6. Sue,
I could do a 6.
Donna?
I'm at a 6 or a 7. Heather,
Okay.
how often does Joe need to come to you to, to
Get
seek
assistance.
direction or guidance?
Not often at all.
Yeah, I kind of look at it and say, in this position, they kind of have authority over the whole thing. And
Right.
if necessary, they're asking for direction or guidance.
Occasionally
I
it
think
would be,
6 covers that too.
Um,
No
The
direct supervision.
is periodic check-ins with manager or director. So
yeah,
that,
that's the thing that I'm stuck on.
But I
I'm
think she
okay
would
with the 7.
periodically check in.
I do check in with Heather when there's something going on.
Okay, all right, I could live with a 6.
I'll make a note in case it changes anything.
Okay.
That's 30.
Okay, number 4. Supervision exercise.
I would think
do
it's a 3 because there's only 6 employees.
Yeah, and I was trying to figure out, how do you distinguish between small, moderate, and large?
Yeah. But I think based on the technical skills needed in this particular role that I would be comfortable with a 3.
the only thing about 3 for me is that it says not considered responsible for quality of work.
Me too.
And that's not true.
Well, the
So-
second
And-
part does after the or, doesn't it?
Second part does.
Yeah, after the or.
Yeah,
As-
read it.
It says
Yes.
assist and or is
Is
responsible.
responsible.
But so this is odd. Degree 3, and this may be a typo in this. Degree 3 says, moderate number of employees in the first sentence. And then
Yeah.
below the or, it says, responsible
Small.
for activities and quality of work of a small number of employees.
I think
That's
one is saying that you're not responsible for them, but you may supervise a moderate number, where the other one you are responsible, but the group of people that you oversee is smaller. So one has responsibility where the other one doesn't, but it's a smaller number of employees.
So that would perhaps make it a 4 then.
Right, I think it's a 4.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I would think it's a 4.
I think it's
Correct.
a 4.
Based on how that wording is.
Correct.
I'm fine with 4.
Okay, 5.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 4. Number
That's
5.
80.
Okay,
you.
accountability.
I had a 4 or a 5.
I had a 6.
What does it say? Errors in work may be detected in subsequent It's a 3.
Yeah, I think that if you make an error, it's gonna be pretty obvious. I don't know, Joe, what did you have?
I had 5. But I also, I was leaning towards 4 or 5.
But are errors in work difficult to detect?
Sometimes.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, if I make an error and I'm not sure where or how that happens.
If you look at the rating guide, it matches the language in degree 3.
Then it's degree 3.
Where are we at? What are we doing?
You know, does it make a difference when you're doing a recording? Can you always tell that you're recording correctly? Is that one of the few things that might be difficult to know until you're all done and you realize you haven't recorded anything? I'm trying to
not
think what might be undetectable.
That could happen. I was working on the server today and I made an error when I made a change. And it was not detectable what happened until I dug into it and figured out where I went wrong. But there's hidden errors sometimes.
So what numbers are we at?
I think
3
we're
or
at
4, I
3.
think.
Yeah, I think we're at 3 because what Julie said was that the wording in the job description is verbatim degree 3.
Okay, Sue said 4, you said 3, Wendy?
I can go 3 or 4.
I'll make a note to see if that makes a difference.
Okay. So what are you going with, the 3?
3.
30.
That was accountability, so we're on 6, judgment.
I would think considerable judgment.
Yeah, I was on a 4 or 5.
I had
I
4
would say-
myself.
Wendy, what did you have? I'm sorry.
4.
Donna?
4.
Okay. So 4 it is.
Yep.
Complexity of position.
No, Julie?
Did you hear me?
Oh, no,
No.
I'm sorry.
80.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. I'm
There we go.
sorry.
That's okay.
It's okay.
I had this one as a 4 as well.
The only thing that brings me toward 5
I'm at
is
5. Sorry, go ahead.
because the varied managerial duties, including hiring, I feel like 5 it's definitely the hiring piece, the managerial piece isn't in 4.
That's why I was at 5.
I would agree with that.
Okay, I can agree with that.
All right, perfect. 100?
Yep.
Thank you.
Some contact.
All right. Number 8, personal contact interactions.
Looking like a 5 to me.
I was thinking 4. Maybe again.
Because may analyze and present information and may make recommendations for actions to senior staff. I don't know. Versus serves as key advisory role in interdepartmental and overall organizational planning.
The last sentence is what has me.
Right,
Because she really speaks for the PAC department.
right.
Donna, where are you at?
I read that differently, but I could go with that. I agree. Interdepartmental overall organizational planning, yes. So I would be with a 5.
Okay.
Okay, I can deal with, I can do that. That makes sense.
Personal contacts is 50.
Yeah.
Did you give the number, Julie? I'm sorry.
Yep,
Yes.
50.
Okay, thank you. Confidential information. Can I ask, do you record executive sessions or do we not do cameras?
No, we don't record
Okay.
executive
Thank
sessions.
you.
I would think a 3.
Yeah, me too.
So,
Okay, 3 it is. I'm fine with the 3. Wendy, did you say okay?
3, yes.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure. I'm bouncing back and forth, so I'm trying to read and come back. So I sometimes miss. All right, confidential occupational hazard risk.
Hold on, sorry,
Julie?
I didn't get the number, but what is confidential?
Confidential was 3.
No, like what in the position is confidential?
9. Is that what you mean?
No, like in the
She's
position.
questioning it.
Yes,
He's
what,
Not thinking it's,
Oh, I see, okay.
Well, hiring and firing, and that's very confidential. Or hiring, I should say, just the nature of it.
Well,
in
and
3,
I think we all run meetings, we all go to meetings. There's dialogue before the meeting, dialogue after, and you have to have professionalism and not, Joanna was sitting here saying she didn't want to face the people tonight, but, there's that confidentiality of things you hear being in front of the public in all boards and committees.
Well, and
But
the wording on, it, on degree 2 says position may include supervisory work, preparation and dealings with some confidential documents like employee evaluations. But in 3, it's like hiring, firing, it's doing the typical managerial role.
I agree. I feel pretty firm in 3.
60.
All right, number 10, occupational hazard risk.
Oh.
My 2 or a 3, I don't know enough about what the room looks like and could they hurt themselves in, electrically or.
Yeah.
Well, the room is not, it's in the process of becoming safer, but it does have a hole in the ceiling.
Okay.
All right, so a 3,
Yes,
Yes.
I can
That's-
deal with 3. Yep.
Is 60.
physical demands.
No,
Work
work
environment.
environment.
Oh, sorry, I skipped 11, I'm sorry. Work environment.
To me,
I
the,
had it too.
yeah, because it reads very similar to the job description. You know, sort of typical office conditions prevail. Work environment has occasional or periodic outdoor work, which is stated.
Okay.
Good. 40.
Yep. And number 12, physical demand. So
So
Joe,
this-
the camera equipment, what is that in weight? Like you're lugging camera equipment,
It depends,
your heaviest
You'll have
one,
a- you'll have a camera and a tripod, which are both, well, the tripods can be very heavy. Most of the heavy lifting comes when we take the equipment to
on the road.
town meeting, football games, stuff like that.
But number
So-
2 is 15 pounds, number 3 is 50, up to 50 pounds.
So the
So I-
job description itself calls out 30 pounds. So it
So number
would seem
3.
as though it fit into 3.
Okay,
So it's a 2.
So
It's a
that's a
3,
3
No,
is up.
up to 50
50.
pounds. But the other one is
Right.
15 or below, and you have 30 in the job description.
Right, it says
Right.
infrequent to occasional lift and handling of equipment up to 35 pounds. So when we talked
Yeah.
about earlier, it was limited to like the football games she had said. So it's not often that they're lifting more, this position would lift more than 30 is what we talked about earlier.
And that's the last sentence. Degree 2 is 35 pounds, up to between 50 and up to 35.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay with
That
me.
is a 40.
660.
660 is a 7.
And what's the break to the next one?
It's 645 to 720.
Oh, so none of those
Oh,
questionable
huge.
areas, 1 or 2
Yeah.
question would be huge. They wouldn't
Yeah.
change the outcome. We had a couple that were questioning whether it would be 1 degree higher, but it wouldn't change.
Oh, could you explain that to me? I don't understand the numbers.
You see, the total, Joe, came in at 660 points. Once we
Okay.
added them all up, all the areas. And
Okay.
what the question was is what is the spread for the 7, level 7, grade 7? And it'd have to jump 100 points or more in order to be bumped up to the next grade, according to the rubric that we're using.
And this rubric is, these numbers are all lower than the prior.
Right.
Right, intentionally lower.
Right, because 16 is a lot of.
So I would have to be over 700.
You have to be
40.
over 740.
and the 2 we
Right.
talked about moving you from a 4 to a 5, or a 5 to a 6, wouldn't get you in that 140 bracket to move you to the next level, is what they're saying.
I think that in those that we were looking at, the jump would either be, it was 3 areas we were looking at. The jump would be either 40 or 50 points if we bumped each of them.
Each
Correct.
one or total?
All 3
Total.
we, to the next one we had considered, I think that puts us at either 40 or 50 additional points.
Okay.
Even if it was 60, even if it was 20 each,
It would,
Which-
right,
that one of them is 10.
Yeah.
So that points brings, still is at 710. That's still another 35 points. Before it would get to the cusp of the next one.
and Heather, put in the chat, she had to go to the select board meeting, decided.
Okay.
I mean,
Um,
we can also mark this as an outlier if we're feeling
Yeah.
like we have
I
initial.
already did, and it was for some reason very early on, we marked it as an outlier.
Definitely worth looking at again. I mean, at least this gives us a good base, like some of our other outliers.
Correct.
And so Joe, just so that you know, then our next steps, I think this is the last one, right, Julie?
Yes.
I
The
believe
last
it is.
Job description. So our
Yes.
next steps is to kind of look at the overall, this spreadsheet that we have and try to pick out what we think are outliers, just based off of kind of how things, came out here. And there are several that we already know we have to go back and kind of relook at.
Well, I understand that it's a mathematical process. But just a few points. I've been the job has grown tremendously since I started. And I've been 7 years at grade 11. And I'm at the last step there. I work as a department head, and I'm the lowest grade in the department head pool. I don't expect to be a similar grade as the police or fire chief, but I definitely think that that I should go up a grade or so anyway. Because the next closest grade to me of the department heads is grade 14. So and if this job description is it says that I would be exempt. Is that true? Okay. So if I don't get right now I'm 28 hours a week, but I'm consistently going over because there's just so much work, and it's 28 hours a week is not really enough to get everything done. So if I don't go up a grade or two or anything, if I don't, then I would be an exempt employee making the same as an hourly person, although as an exempt person, I would be working unlimited hours for a salary. So that's something that I've been thinking about myself. And that's all I have to say.
I can make
Joe,
a
has there been any discussion to raising the number of hours you work?
I need to talk to my committee. Because I just, there are some days I can work my 5.6 hours, but there's other days that creeps into a 10-hour day. And because I work a lot of nights, because after a meeting gets over, I then take that file and download it to my computer and then upload it to YouTube. Sometimes there's an edit that may need to occur, or something goes wrong with the file. So I'll be up many nights just making sure that that's done to have a quick turnaround time. So.
Okay, good to know.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have anything else on that before we start to go to close? All right, do we have any public comment? Do we have any committee comment?
Can I just check and make sure who is on? I only had extras of Heather and Joe. Was there anybody else on? I can't see it on my screen.
No,
No.
Julie,
Okay, good, thank you.
you're welcome. When's the next meeting?
It's supposed to be next Tuesday again. I don't know if we'll have a quorum, but we were gonna look at next steps, vacation accrual.
What time? Where? Is it Zoom? Is it public?
I don't think that had been determined.
Okay. I could do the 24th.
I could do the 24th.
I think we need to have a game plan on what we're going to discuss as the next steps, something prepared. But oh, I think I lost Joe, to discuss at the next meeting. So for, the agenda, I have the vacation accrual and then the next steps. Do we know what the next steps are? What are we doing?
I thought we were gonna start looking at the outliers.
Okay.
Is that correct? I don't know.
Yep.
Yes, that was
um,
what we talked about.
Okay. So if I can, Donna, get another update on that spreadsheet, because you have them highlighted, right?
Yeah, I have them highlighted, but I have to, I have those highlighted, but
Mhm.
I'm assuming that we'll make more highlighted potentially,
Okay.
but I'll
So,
send it to you.
yeah. And then at least I can try to put together a game plan.
Yeah, so my recommendation when I send it to you, Julie, my recommendation would be that we change the name of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what we call it, but we change the name so that we can sort of mark that what we have right now is like the end of doing the rubric. And now we're going into the next phase, which is, trying to see the outliers. I don't know,
think you
what do
just hit
other
it.
people think?
Phase 1.
Yeah, because right
I
now it's
think-
called Wendy's SAP salary
Yeah.
schedule worksheet.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think, just maybe phase 1, and we'll just put the title inside the spreadsheet.
And can I ask, when we have those conversations to start to look at the outliers, we keep saying, oh, that's a 16, that's a 15, that's the new. Will we be able to see what the money factor is?
On the salary grid?
Yes.
We haven't
Yeah,
really
that's-
created it yet.
I mean, you'd be looking at FY24, which
Right.
that's in the SAP.
So if, for each one, we'd have to have that grid, the FY24 rate, look at if we're 3 grades off, you would have to then look at that and say, okay, that was an old 10,
Mhm.
which is X dollars this year. So if there is, now a 7 was a 10.
Right, for you to tell me Joe's now 16, well, I don't know what that is, where Joe was. Was that a good thing, a bad thing? Because I don't
But
have
it's in
any
it.
data.
It's in the spreadsheet though, Joanna. It says, like, for example, the current grade for the PAC manager is 11. The proposed grade from, what was her name?
Whatever.
The consultant
Yeah.
was 14. The personnel committee grade is a 7. And that's based off of, taking some grades off the table and that kind of thing. So that it does say it currently.
Okay,
I think it'll be easier to see when we put it in front of us.
right. That's what, because I've not seen the spreadsheet.
Right.
It's shared though, right, Julie?
All right, that I would have to go back and I don't go look at it.
I don't know. Let me look.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joanna. If you don't, everyone needs to have the spreadsheet now. We
Right.
need to put it up on Drive or something so people
I
can
need,
get
I
it.
need the numbers to look
I'll
at.
just
Yeah.
email it.
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
What she just sent me, I'll just forward to you guys.
You're the best, thank you. And that will be for discussion as well as where,
And there were columns in the spreadsheet that said FY24 approved SAP grade with a 2.5% min max. So those, now, I don't know, those probably need to be updated. But I'm not positive. I haven't really paid attention to anything beyond Q, column Q. But I know the SAP employees are paying attention to beyond Q.
To be on to Q. Let's see.
And there are some that are hidden. I should just unhide them.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Of course, I'm only previewing it. Don't let me see. Okay. So beyond Q, you're saying might need some updating?
Yeah, because I don't know
Oh,
if it's correct anymore.
I don't think we need to see like FY23 at this point,
Correct.
That's
You could
probably
probably
relevant.
just remove columns R, S, T,
To you,
U. Yeah,
update was the link together. Okay, that's why you hit them.
And
Um,
are we meeting Zoom or do you have a room location for us?
I have nothing yet.
Okay, and I like 5:30 if that works for everybody.
yeah, 5:30 works.
Yes,
Yep,
So 5:30 works, and then just tell us where, if it's gonna be Zoom or if we have a room. And
What do you
book
guys-
everything.
What do you prefer?
I think for this one, it would be easier to be all together
I think,
because,
in general, it would be easier to be together. Because this was tough. I have to say, this was tough.
it is, but I think tonight I was surprised we were on here for an hour. I thought this was gonna go much quicker.
Me too, Wendy. I thought, half an hour max.
Max. Well, the job description wasn't quite ready. I mean,
correct.
it held it up, but yeah, I mean, overall, I think that together for our next phase would be better.
And I'm fine with
Yep.
that. So if we
Yep.
do 5:30 and you just, when you send it out, let us know where. All right,
All right.
Okay,
I would take
Sounds
a
good.
motion to adjourn.
So moved at 6:36 PM.
Second.
All in favor, Donna,
Aye.
Sue,
aye.
Wendy,
Aye.
and I. Julie, you have a great evening. Thank
Thank
you. And
you.
we'll see you all next Tuesday, the 24th.
Yes.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Thanks.
everyone.
Bye.
Aye.
Good night.